Hey guys, Sentient Potato here, and today I watched, for the first time since I was in elementary school, The Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Now, if you don't know what that movie is, here's a very quick plot rundown. So, there's a science experiment working to reanimate the dead for using a 2,4,5-trioxin again, for a, bioweapon slash soldier program. Now, I admit I am kind of hazy on the details, but that's not important right now. But they're trying to reanimate soldiers for this program, which, it's again for the soldiers. But there's this couple, Kurt and what's her face, I think Julie, something like that. But anyways, they come and they witness this testing, because they get in through this entrance using Kurt's father's key. One of those key card things, which didn't work the first time. So what's her face licked the magnetic strip, and somehow it worked. Now, I don't know about you, but I've used a couple of magnetic strip keys, and especially using it on a keyhole like that, or one of those things, I would not lick it. Those things would most likely have more fucking viruses than a tech support computer. Anyways, tech support customer's computer. Anyways, unimportant. So they see the test, they get the hell out, cut to a sex scene, blah blah blah. Then the father comes in after, cause Kurt hears the father, so oh shit, we gotta get dressed. So they get dressed, and then there's a little bit of a fight between Kurt and his father, because they're getting ready to move to Seattle. He doesn't want to, wants to start a band. It's normal fucking teenage rebellion shit. Anyways, there's a bit of a fight and a blow up, and Kurt and what's her face go ride the bike, and there's an accident. She flies in the most kind of, I hate to say, but kind of comical way, collides with the pole, and she's out for the count. Now, it didn't look like she twisted her neck or anything. Realistically, she would have very likely lived at the way she was launched and the speed. She'd have just been a full, from here, probably to about the grundle area, and possibly the legs. She'd have been, bruised to hell, not dead. Maybe a broken orbital bones in the jaws, maybe a broken rib or two. Maybe a couple of bruised organs, but she would not have been dead. Hurting like hell, yes, but not dead. Anyways, but because I saw the experiment, Kurt has this very, very bright idea to sneak back onto that base and revive his girlfriend using the 2,4,5-trioxin. And, well, you know what happens? She gets revived, but the barrel gets opened, and the zombie that's inside of it, which is a pretty goofy-looking comical zombie, comes through, tries to attack him. They just barely get out of there, and shit starts going downhill immediately, because the girlfriend's realizing there's shit wrong with her. What the fuck happened, blah blah blah. Normal shit. And she's also very, very hungry, so we cut to this convenience store ran by a pretty handsome-looking Asian fella, I gotta say. But, that's whatever. And, again, she's hungry, so, we don't see that part quite yet, because there's this, what I'm assuming is Mexican, but could be Puerto Rican, little gang at the arcade here. One wants to leave, they don't, blah, blah, blah. And, the girl's eating, and, the guy the Asian guy comes with a gun, and, has it in his back pocket. Goes checks on him, you gotta pay, blah, blah, blah. And, a little bit of a ruckus ensues, because, one of the guys goes and steals money from the register, but, Kurt gives about $20, which, in 1995 cash would have been a hell of a lot more than $20 is now. But, pretty good amount. But, anyways, goes to leave with his girlfriend, and, the guy, Asian guy goes, sees that the dude's robbing him, cleaning out the cash register, and there's a bit of a scuffle, and, the dude gets shot right here, I think it was. Like, it was somewhere in this region right here. I think it was about here, but I could be misremembering. Unimportant right now. But, they go, the, gang flees, but not before one of the guys gets bitten about here? I'd like to say, let me just take my tongue where I think it about was, if I'm remembering right. About here? Yeah, about there, give or take. And, again, dude got friggin' bit, whatever. Anyways, they go. We, cut back to these guys escaping, and, the Asian guy, in the back of the van. And, there's a police chase. Poor dude gets domed. And, well, we see, later, like in that fight, what's-her-face goes in the back, starts eating his brains, and, eventually Vansoff's whatever, and, they've escaped, but we end up seeing one of the more goofy zombies in the movie, which is, the Asian guy, but with about from here, not quite here, but like here-ish, up, gone. And, he's a zombie, which, I don't think there's quite enough brain for reanimation, but hey, they're friggin' flesh puppets anyways, who gives a shit? But, goes, chows on one of the officers who, like specifically the officer who shoots him in the head, so it's a little bit of poetic justice. Almost gets the other guys, but then the military dudes, including, Kurt's father, go, restrain him, and the officer, and we don't see what happens to the other guy, so for all we know, it lived, died, who gives a shit? But, anyways, then we, see what, back to the storm drain, what's-her-face, realizing that shit's absolutely gone awry with her resurrection, jumps off of this ledge storm drain thing, and I think her name's Julie, like, my mind keeps saying Julie, I could be remembering wrong, but, the dude goes, looking for her, trying to find her, and then we see this, crazy New Orleans storm drain guy, who I'm just gonna call, I think they called him Riverman. I think that's what he referred to himself as. Don't quote me on this. I could be remembering wrong. But, the Mexican guys, or, I don't know, the gang members, that works, because they were gang. But anyways, go looking for him, because looking for, what's-her-face and Kurt, because that bite is starting to really screw them up. And when I say really screw them up, we're talking, like the dude's starting to look like, what was it, Frankie? Yeah, looking like Frankie did in the first Return of the Living Dead film. And, they're pissed. So, Riverman gets, Kurt and what's-her-face into the pump room, which is really decked out. Almost looks like kind of how I'd want a room to be. But, they go, get that shit all sorted, and, they're looking, and then, shit starts going downhill. The military guys are kind of looking, and then, the gang, is looking as well. They find, Riverman, start waterboarding. Where is he? Or one of them finds Riverman. And we cut back to Julie, who, apparently, how she's staving off the hunger is using pain to, stave off the hunger. And, well, I mean, if it works, I guess it works. I mean, whatever, I guess. But each Return of the Living Dead lore has different lore, or each Living Dead movie, excluding Necropolis and Rave to the Grave, have different lore to each other. So, I mean, Anyways, unimportant. So at the storm drain, and, Julie and Kurt come out, because, they, don't want, Riverman there to be hurt. And Julie is all sorts of fucked up right now. I don't think Julie had come out anyways, but, Kurt's there, like, shit starts going down, one guy turns, and we come back to, Scarousel in the, Julie zombie coming out there dressed up sort of like some kind of Hellraiser BDSM fetish thing, and like I said, fucking scaroused because oh yeah. Again, like one of the quips said, mark me down to scared and horny during that movie, like when she was, like, one of the things, like, before Riverman gets attacked, Kurt and, Julie were, banging, and one of the quips I said during that was, Kurt, no, that's still necrophilia. Just because she has the lips that grip does not make it okay. Anyways, back to that. So, shit starts going down. Julie, Riverman, and Kurt get their asses in, start boarding over the door. Not that it matters, because Julie managed to get the more burly gang member head mostly off. Not quite Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat Fatality, but getting there. And, well, it didn't work because, again, reanimated. And there is now a big ol' horde. I say big ol' horde, but like 4 or 5 zombies trying to break in. So, you know, Kurt asks Riverman, is there a way we can get out of here? And, basically the answer was, yeah, the ladder. So he says to Riverman, hey, can you get Julie the hell out of here? You know, that she's a zombie, are you crazy? Blah, blah, blah. You know, standard common sense questions. But he says, just go, I'll hold him off. Blah, blah, blah. And, well, he obviously doesn't hold him off, so, you know, tries to get up to the ladder area-ish. And we find Julie absolutely chawing on Riverman. And, well, obviously Kurt has given up hope because, you know, the other zombies broke through, and, well, it didn't, like, he was almost dead, and then, Kurt's dad comes in at just the right time, and, they, you know, like, stop the zombies, and, there was a little bit of percussive maintenance to stop Julie from attacking Kurt. Not that it matters, because, Julie gets shot with, the countermeasure thing they had that paralyzed the zombies. Which, that's a bit of lore that I don't remember if it ever gets explored in the other Return of the Living Dead movies. Because that one was just kind of its own thing, as they all were, like I said, except for Necropolis and Rave to the Grave. Anyways, unimportant. We cut back to the, science facility, and, I guess Kurt and Kurt's dad are on their way. But, I'm just gonna point out something. Like, there's a little bit of a heart-to-heart talk, and we see the first bit of actual fucking character development in this movie, because there's no character development whatsoever in this film. It's unfortunate, but it's also unsurprising. It's, one of my biggest issues with this movie. There is absolutely not a speck of character development to be had until it's way too late in the film. But, anyways, we cut back, you know, we see that, and then, like, you know, there's a little bit of, let's not mention the whole, what's Julie remembering herself and not attacking, so he gets written off, blah, blah, blah. But, because of the just absolutely amazing OPSEC, we see Kurt just wandering the facility, going to where the rest of the zombies are held, which, it's gonna be a shit show. And, what a surprise. It's a shit show. A little bit of talking happens, he frees Julie, and then the Riverman, who is now an exoskeleton-type zombie. Weird shit, but anyways, is there, gets shot a couple times, but, with the coin thing, because, the zombies remember themselves, plot device does get used, Riverman, helps get those two out. Not that it matters, because there's a horde issue happening, and, well, shit goes down, and eventually a little bit more shit happens, and Kurt's dad's like, come on, but unfortunately it's too late because Kurt gets bit, and then we get to the final bit of the film, which if you haven't seen it, like, spoiler alert, granted I'm kind of spoiling the whole thing, but anyways, basically what happens is Kurt and Julie go into the incinerator, and the film ends with those two kissing, which, in the incinerator, which, fucking weird, but whatever. Again, that's like the one fucking thing I remember vividly about this film. Even from when I was a kid to now, just the ending scene with them kissing in the incinerator, which is so fucking stupid. Anyways, but, yeah. Return of the Living Dead 3 is a weird fucking movie with terrible plot development, terrible character development, and just terrible characters in general. If I had to give Return of the Living Dead Part 3 a rating, it would be a 3 out of 10. It is quite possibly the worst friggin' movie in the entire Return of the Living Dead series. Granted, I haven't seen Necropolis yet, and I will be seeing that eventually, so we'll find out together. But, yeah. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you want to see more, hit that subscription button, hit the like button, send a comment, hit that bell. Either way, love you guys, and I'll see you soon.